Hey Fandom, it's me Aaron for a comic show. This is a good week for comics, but you know what we're really excited about is the Star Wars. You know, the Star Wars, The Force Awakens. I'm gonna go see it on Thursday at 7 at Downtown Disney. It's gonna be fun. I got like one of those assigned seats so I don't have to like camp out or wait out ahead of time forever or whatnot. So I'm super excited about it. My friend Cap from Nerdy Show and the State of the Empire created a group on Facebook where people can discuss it. They can discuss the Star Wars, because you know when people go to see something, they want to talk about it. And there's these, I get not spoiling it. I get that everyone should have their own enjoyment, and I get that everyone can't rearrange their whole life to go on a Thursday or a Friday, like I did. But you know, on the other hand, it's kind of feels like nerd persecution, because you never once hear anyone saying, like all self-righteous, like, don't spoil the Super Bowl. Not all of us have Sundays off. Don't talk about who won the Super Bowl for a week. We need to have a moratorium on spoiling the Super Bowl. But anyway, we came up with a solution, and there's a group on Facebook that's Star Wars spoilers. I think if you just search Star Wars spoilers, it would probably come up. And it's a group where if you join the group, you can talk about Star Wars spoilers to your heart's content. So, and if you join the group that's called Star Wars spoilers and you complain about things being spoiled, there's just something wrong with you. I don't know. So anyway, I'm excited about Star Wars. Last week's annual was great when I finally got to read it when Diamond finally sent it to me. And this week's Darth Vader annual was awesome. It was just Darth Vader being a badass. That was cool. I enjoyed it. It's the same writer from Vader and you on art, and I enjoyed it. So there's no reason not to get it. If you're getting Vader, you should get the annual. It was fun, and Vader's a badass in it. Moving on to the other Marvel books. This week there's 3 new #1s, and I kind of like them all. The Squadron Supreme, look at this awesome cover. Enter the Squad, like Wu-Tang. I'm going to be having this on the shelf for like regular price. I ordered a ton of them. But Enter the Squad, Squadron Supreme, they're there. They've been there for the 8 months of, you know, since Secret Wars was over, even though we haven't read the last issue, and who knows what's been going on. Apparently they've been doing badassery, but they've kind of not overstepped the line too much. And this, they take on Namor and Atlantis. And you'll probably see spoilers all over Bleeding Cool and whatnot. It's like, oh, don't click here if you don't want to know the spoiler. It was crazy, and I can't wait to see the Avengers go against the Squadron Supreme over this type of issue, over them being like basically the authority in the Marvel Universe. And the first issue was done really well. It has its own place, it has its own reason for being, and I really liked it. Starbrand and Nighthawk. At first when I heard this book was announced, I was like, why are they doing this book? Why? You know, they're characters in the Avengers, Hickman's Avengers, whatever. I know they have a history with the universe, and I know they're sort of cool and all, but it's Greg Weisman. It's Greg Weisman from Star Wars Rebels. It's Greg Weisman from Young Justice, that TV show that they canceled too soon that was freaking awesome. And it's these 2 young heroes in college, and it just so happens to be the same college that Squirrel Girl goes to. You know, the girl with the animatronic squirrel on her shoulder to protect her secret identity or whatever? That's it, and it was fun. And he has a voice for young heroes, obviously, if you've seen any Young Justice. So this is kind of like a spiritual offspring of Young Justice. So if you miss Young Justice, get this, seriously, why not? I know it's weird, Starbrand and Nighthawk, but it's Weisman. You're following Weisman. You'll enjoy it. If you like his voice, you'll like that book. Weirdworld, and this is weird to say because Weirdworld it's the same artist. It was that story in the Secret Wars. It was its own little battle world or whatnot by Jason Aaron. It was good, but this is fun. This one was fun. There's a protagonist that kills wizards, and she's pretty freaking awesome. And yeah, she's a whiz killer. And I think that if you liked Weirdworld, you'll definitely like it. If you thought Weirdworld was cool, but a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say formulaic because it's Jason Aaron, but did it have this real like fun, like, you know, like Cap, like the Neverending Story. He's off to the side, like you don't have to care about him, but you know, like that kind of fun where it's like this kid is in this weird world, and it's freaking awesome, and anything can freaking happen. It wasn't just like, oh, here's some Gym World people or whatever. This was fun. Sam Humphries, it's the best thing he's done, or the best thing I've enjoyed, because obviously my opinion is my opinion, since Sacrifice. He did a book called Sacrifice that was brilliant. He did a book before called Our Love Is Real where a dude had sex with dogs. He doesn't really talk about that much since he's been doing Marvel, but this is a great book. And Deadpool Tres Punto Uno, it is written by the regular writers, Dugan and Poussin's back for this. It's Masacre, and Masacre apparently is the way they translate Deadpool into Spanish when they have the Deadpool Spanish books. And in here, Masacre is a character like the Deadpool of Mexico or whatever, and it's hilarious. It's almost entirely in Spanish. There's a little bit of Spanglish in there. There's a little bit of English at the end. But, you know, I have plenty of Spanish friends that I can have translate this for me. It'll be fun. And crazy action-oriented. And this character, though this is like an offshoot one-shot, Masacre is coming into the main Deadpool book. So it is something that isn't just a passable one-shot. It's going to lead into it. Not necessarily that you need to know where this character is coming from, but it's the same writers, and it looked fun as hell. I don't know Spanish. I mean, I took Spanish in high school. I took Spanish in college. I don't know. I can't read Spanish. They didn't teach me how to read Spanish. They wanted me to like do spelling or something. It's like, I know like un bicicleta and una garaje or something. You know, that's about it. You know, I know el baño or whatever, cerveza, but I can't read that. I'm sure it's funny. I'll have one of my Puerto Rican friends read it to me, and it'll be fun. Like, I have plenty of Puerto Rican friends. I'm not saying that to say I'm not racist. I'm saying that to say that one of them will probably read this to me like a bedtime story and tuck me in, and it'll be very, very sexy. Moving on. Harley Quinn 23 has those bag variants, and these bag variants, you need to like open them pretty gingerly because the way I opened them before bent the shit out of them. Like the spine was all bent up, and I don't know. I think I would suggest opening them with scissors, which I didn't bring, but these are like super thick. These are like those garbage bags that like won't poke through. I mean, it's weird, but oh, cool. I got the sketch. That's neat. It's Bruce Timm, you know, the creator. That's neat, co-creator. And then I'll just open another one while I'm talking. Blah blah blah. It's good. I bent the shit out of this one, and oh, cool. I guess this is the sketch and this is the ink. Neat. Awesome. There's probably a third one that's color. And maybe I'll get that later. Justice League's finally out with issue 46. Has this cool cover with, they kept Tasmanian Devil as the Flash, which is awesome. Sylvester actually works better as Batman than Daffy from back in the day. I don't know. We're stuck with Porky as Aquaman. That's fine. The book was cool. There was some surprise appearances in it, and it's the end of Act 2, and Act 3 is coming. Darkseid War has been awesome. Europa. I wasn't really into it when I first heard about it. I don't know because it was so late, but this issue was actually pretty fun with Joker and Batman. Joker and Batman have a specific thing they're doing that has them working together, and that's cool. It was unique, and the art's great. Robin War Part 4 is out, and American Alien. This issue 2, issue 1, you know, set the ground of like, oh, here's this, there in Kansas is blah, blah, blah. This was actually cool. You have this young Clark Kent drinking beers, underage drinking beers. It's far cry from when DC like photoshopped a root beer in his hand on that cover as an adult Clark Kent with his father. After a long day's work, it's nighttime. He's not day drinking, and he has to have a root beer. That's corny. But thankfully now Superman can drink beer as a kid, as an underage kid, and who cares? What are you going to do? He'll burn your arms off. And also, Huck by Mark Miller. If you read the first issue, it felt really like Loeb and Sale, kind of, but with like a modern thing where all their stuff has been period pieces. This is like a kind of Superman, a super-powered dude from like a Midwesty thing, and he is altruistic, and he just wants to help people. And it's inspiring. It's like, you know, there's been smarmy things like what if Superman was actually inspiring? But it's neat to juxtapose these two next to each other. I read them side by side, and Huck actually takes on terrorists. It was awesome. And he does everything from find lost dogs, gets cats out of the trees, stops terrorists. Why not? He has superpowers, and he just wants to do good. Moving on, Lucifer. It's back by Vertigo. It references Hellblazer in here. I liked it. I liked the first issue. I'm going to have to go back to the old Lucifer and see how this fits in or whatnot. And I'm going to give the show a shot for the first, the first episode or so. But Lucifer, the writing was solid, the art was solid, and I was enjoying it. And yeah, referencing Hellblazer, that was a smart move to like win me over because I'm an old school Hellblazer fan. Yeah. All right. This is a one-shot. You can buy this and not ever buy any other Simpsons book if you don't want to. And I love these one-shots. But the coolest thing about this one-shot, Grandpa Simpson's Unbelievable Adventures, is it's Decide Your Own Destiny, which is, I guess, non-copyright code for saying choose your own adventure. Because as you read it, even from the first page, it's like, well, if you want to find out how Grandpa got here, go to this page. If you want to see what he does next, go to that page. And it gets as absurd as, should he get a turkey sandwich or a ham sandwich? And if you get one, the story's over. It's boring. You get another one, it goes on to craziness. So yes, Grandpa, he drones on with these asinine stories, but doing it in the format of a choose your own adventure novel was a hell of a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think if you are a Simpsons fan, this is unique. It's a one-shot. It's fun. You should get it. And seriously, you should get it. I ordered a ton because I know people are going to want it after they see it. It's one of those things where you'll pick it up, you flip through it, and you won't put it back on the shelf because oh, this was actually cooler than I thought it would be. Moving on, Avatar, Part 2 of Smoke and Shadow. I don't know, it's, if you're getting it, you should get it. I should tell people about it because if I don't, people are like, why didn't you tell me Avatar came out? It's out, cool. Super Zero, this is Aftershock. They're doing these books that seem like possibly could have been Image Creator owned, but it's their own company. It's Aftershock. They got great writers, and this is Connor and Palmiani on a young girl that I guess she's about 19. She lives in Tampa, just like them. And she has a wild imagination so far, and I'm not going to spoil what may or may not happen, but she wants to be a superhero. She wants to have superpowers. She wants to have a secret origin. She tries to contrive a secret origin, and like Palmiani and Connor's work, it's charming, it's fun, and it's just, if you like their stuff on Harley, you like their stuff on Starfire, you should absolutely give it a shot. Klaus, Grant Morrison. If you read Klaus, it's his origin of Santa. It's like his all-star Superman for Santa. The first issue was kind of cool and reasonably tame, and then it got really trippy. Like Santa Claus, he had some weird suit with some weird magic mushrooms and got all LSD crazy, and somehow he got this magic sack, and he really wants to give toys to little kids, and there's this one kid that's naughty that is breaking all the toys and wants all the toys, and all of that, I know it's weird. I know getting a book about Santa Claus by Grant Morrison is really weird. First issue sold out, had a second print that sold out. It's awesome, it's well drawn. Get in the Christmas spirit, get Claus. We have plenty of issue ones because we ordered a ton of them, and I think you'd enjoy it. I know from all the Santa fans that have spoken to me, they really liked it. So, cool. The Goddamned, Jason Aaron. If you tried the first one, I don't have to tell you, it's awesome. It's the story, in the Bible where in Genesis it said everything was wicked. It was all wicked. It's the most wicked that's ever been wicked. And then you turn the page and God's like, oh, F this wickedness. I'm going to have a flood and kill everybody except for that Noah guy and his family and 2 of these animals or whatever. That's cool and all, but what about the stories of all the wicked stuff? That would be way more interesting. You got Cain and you got Noah and you got all this crazy wickedness. Can the camera go on that? How about the camera go on that? We don't need the camera following the people that worship God and follow God. Can we have just the camera pan over here and see what all this wickedness is? And maybe it might actually exonerate God. Say these people really did need to be all killed off, and they really were all evil and needed to be destroyed because they were terrible. But so far, we just have to take God's word for it. They were the wickedest ever. They needed to be killed, and He saved Noah. Done. Well, let's see it. Let's have it. Why not? Why not? Jason Aaron is the man. That's awesome. And Reminder's Tokyo Ghost. I'm loving this. This is my favorite Reminder book out now. Yes, it's like Idiocracy, but I don't give a shit because I'm loving it, and you should give it a shot. If you like any of Reminder's other work, any of it, you should really give it a shot because it has Sean Murphy in art too, and the art really goes a long way. Like Remender's stuff is very, the artist, his stuff has different feels because of the artist. He writes for the artist. Like, you have his voice, you have, you know, everyone's a douchebag trying to like make up for being a douchebag, but this one is very unique, and I'm really enjoying Tokyo Ghost more than Low, more than Deadly Class, more than Black Science, even though I like all those. This is my favorite. So anyway, go see Star Wars and then talk about it online on a special group that doesn't piss off all your friends, because for some reason they didn't rearrange their entire life to watch it on opening night like, you know, I did, because I mean, come on. I mean, this is freaking Star Wars. And yeah, when the Super Bowl rolls around soon, I'm going to make all those memes and jokes about don't spoil the Super Bowl, and I'll use all the same self-righteous text that the Star Wars ones do. So thanks, guys. Bye-bye.